In Who Rules the World, Yang and Zhao Lusi acted like a pair of mortal enemies. What do you think? Before Who Rules the World was broadcast, there were always people using some materials to hype up the rumors about Yang and Zhao Lusi, which led many people to believe it. But after the show was broadcast, various behind-the-scenes interviews revealed that the clown was actually us. Yang really treats Zhao Lusi as a brother. On the set, other people's love is flirting, but Yang and Zhao Lusi are slapping each other. Zhao Lusi is not polite and just slaps him, but looking at this posture, it seems that she didn't use much strength. When it was Yang's turn, he said directly, "I'm afraid he didn't use all his strength." Zhao Lusi frowned in pain. "I thought it hurt, but I didn't expect it to be so strong." I don't know if he regretted not gritting his teeth to give Yang a slap. Also, during the interview, when he heard that Zhao Lusi wanted to play a boy, Yang immediately retorted, "Does he need to play?" That's right. Chen mistook the girl for a boy. When he asked Ruth to choose a role, he didn't choose a boss or a leader. He chose a geek who loved to dance at home. The reason he gave was that Ruth always loved to twist on the spot. Judging from her expression, she didn't seem to understand this behavior. Let's say that Mr. Yang shouldn't be so double-standard, okay? When you worked with Reba before, didn't you dance less on the spot? And you happily pulled Reba to dance together. Have you forgotten all this? And when Reba joked with Yang, he just smiled and doted on her. When it came to Zhao Lusi, he used a whirlwind kick. Could it be that you have a brotherly love for Zhao Lusi? It's confirmed. And Zhao Lusi was not to be outdone when she was interviewed. When asked in the interview how she gradually improved the tacit understanding between her and Yang, Zhao Lusi said, "No, I tell you there is no tacit understanding at all. To this day, we can never look at each other. Often when we look at each other, we can't find each other's eyes, and then it will be very embarrassing." Zhao Lusi was also helpless about this situation and couldn't explain where the problem was. He also revealed that Yang has a strong desire to win and lose. He must win every time to be happy. For example, Zhao Lusi bought a larger fan to keep cool. Yang bought a bigger fan after seeing it. If he said a cup, he would make one bigger than mine. What kind of enemies are these two? However, although Yang and Zhao Lusi don't have sweet sugar, in Who Rules the World, He Fengbai's joined hands to go into the rivers and lakes. The two are rivals and fell in love at first sight. The setting of the National Olympic double grab can be said to be fully reflected in them. The strategy and hobbies match each other. They are the ideal handsome men of the audience. They can rule the world or go against the rivers and lakes as a ranger. Of course, they do things without dragging their feet. They are the type of CP that can communicate with each other at a glance. It is difficult for anyone to dislike this way of getting along. The legends in the rivers and lakes are always bloody. You two are so affectionate and sweet that we who pass by are unexpectedly good. From the beginning, He Fengxi's love has been revealed. This arrogant male protagonist said a line to Bai Fengxi, "The first time I saw you, I felt that I would be entangled with you in this life." Isn't this a romantic saying of love at first sight? From Bai Fengxi's words to He Fengxi, it can be seen that the two are originally walking side by side. When the little enemy went to Bai Feng to make a scene in the Korean server, he shouted for He Huli to get out and wanted to peel his skin. He Fengxi was not to be outdone and directly responded. He still didn't change at all, and was still so rude. I thought He Fengxi would be more lenient in his words, but he was still the same as before. Seeing that he was poisoned, he had to popularize the harm to him. I thought that the person who was poisoned by the pseudo-man grass might not be saved. He was really not afraid of taking his wife away. Bai Fengxi rolled his eyes when he heard this. He knew that you were a black fox and you always had no good intentions. But in fact, when the two of them were fighting each other, Fan Langxi had already pinched Bai Fengxi hard. Whether it was the sitting posture reminder at the beginning or the medicine feeding Fan Langxi, they all hit Bai Fengxi's pain points. If you don't love someone, how can you understand so clearly? In order to hold him tightly, he is always influencing Bai Fengxi with himself. He Fengxi and Bai Fengxi went to investigate the soul-breaking gate together. On the way, he asked his subordinates to prepare a lot of food, but it was eaten by Bai Fengxi. There was no way. In order to pay off the debt, Bai Fengxi could only find something for He Fengxi Island to eat. This way, they slowly developed a tacit understanding. Of course, when the arrogant He Fengxi was caught, everyone needed to appreciate the scene of him eating raspberries. At first, his wife refused to eat it no matter what she said, but later she was forced to put it in her mouth and tasted it. I would be sad for anyone who has not seen Yang's little expression of really fragrant. Okay, if you want to capture a man's heart, you must first capture his stomach. It seems that Bai Fengxi has succeeded more than half. Let's go to Li Feng's to look for clues. The young girl dressed as Bai Fengxi takes half a step forward, her eyes are covered with moss, and the breath of He Fengxi in front of her is intertwined. I don't believe you don't feel it. The word earth is soft but has its own temptation, which makes the air warm up instantly. He was calm in the last second. The weak black fox quickly panicked at Bai Fengxi's closeness. The ambiguous atmosphere between pushing and pulling was wanton, and the heartbeat was just right, which made people unable to help but explode fireworks. And he danced a soul-stirring five-hook black bee style in Li Feng for the corner pattern, and his heart almost jumped to his throat. As the plot develops, the relationship heats up, and the two of them get along more and more harmoniously. The male protagonist follows the female protagonist. They seem to be hostile, but they are actually thinking about each other. Yang and Zhao was hunted down, and Bai Fengxi and him killed a bloody road together. In the end, in order to cover Bai Fengxi down the mountain, he fought alone and died in Zhuangshan. At this time, He Fengxi appeared from the perspective of God. He expected that this group of people would not get the secret and would go after Bai Fengxi, so he went to find him and stayed by his side. It was not enough to just save money. He had to make sure that he was fine before leaving. The two have known each other for 10 years. Wherever there is Bai Fengxi, He Fengxi will definitely follow. The two are inseparable. It only appears that when Bai Fengxi goes to Hanfu to get medicine, He Fengxi goes to settle things for him. You have a wife and you can have fun. Your husband will take care of the aftermath for you. As long as Bai Fengxi is in danger, He Fengxi will definitely appear. When he hears her confide about saving money, he feels distressed. He will offer to teach him when he says that he is tired of acting as the head of the sect. He will always lend a hand when he needs it and will always be behind him. And this scene of wiping his mouth, Yang is really good at acting, and he plays the state of falling in love just right. After He Fengxi came to help solve the problem, he found something on Bai Fengxi's mouth. He consciously wiped his mouth and laughed. He thought Bai Fengxi was cute because of a small action of Bai Fengxi, and then looked at him and started to laugh. If this is not love, then what is it? In addition, He Fengxi's other identity is the second prince of Yongzhou. He risked being discovered. Danger also accompanies Bai Fengxi. Bai Fengxi always believes that He Fengxi never does meaningless things, but He Fengxi refused the marriage proposal of Shang Shufeng. Isn't this a complete sacrifice of love for the sake of interests? Later, when Bai Fengxi stayed in his city, he wore Bai Fengxi Yao Cheng's portrait painted for him personally, gave her beautiful clothes, and carried her on his back when he was on a business trip. These two did not say that they were lovers, but they did things that only lovers do. Which drama can develop so fast? It seems that the two did everything between lovers at the beginning. What should I do? Well, the plot is good, and the barrage is also a source of happiness. Fen Langxi, who left the team, said that he felt changed since he fell into the river and became closer. Then the barrage said that he not only fell into the river, but also fell in love. Some said that he felt the love of his mother, and some said that your son doesn't like to commit crimes now, and the little one is not alive. He Fengxi's love for Bai Fengxi is very obvious. Since Bai Fengxi was involved in the incident, He Fengxi began to help Bai Fengxi everywhere. Later, when Duanhan appeared, he also helped Bai Fengxi very much. As for joining forces with him to deal with Duanhanmen, He Fengxi's love is clear. Although Bai Fengxi had some suspicions about him at the beginning, he gradually regarded He Fengxi as a new partner. Among the four princes, Wang Zhao and Yu Wuiren became He Fengxi's rivals in love. When Wang Zhao appeared, He Fengxi was not by her side, and he treated her like Wuiren. After making an appointment with Bai Fengxi, He Fengxi was very jealous and threatened her desire directly. The desire for material things threatened Xianren. Xianren was helpless. Xianren was not affected and exposed Xianren's wounds. He Fengxi threatened her desire for Wuiren, which made Yue Wuiren more interested in Bai Fengxi. Fortunately, Bai Fengxi only admired Wuiren and asked her to compete with him. There was a particularly funny face here. At that time, He Fengxi actually stood in the distance and peeped at this man who was honest but honest. He found that Bai Fengxi was just looking for someone to despise, not the happy expression after being moved. Later, in order to deal with Wang Zhao, Bai Fengxi smashed this Hao observation tower with powerful martial arts, but Wang Zhao also took the opportunity to shoot Bai Fengxi with a sword. Bai Fengxi was seriously injured and Fan Langxi took her back to the camp. In order to save Bai Fengxi, Fan Langxi spared no expense. After transmitting his inner strength to Bai Fengxi, Yi Beifa, who spent 30 years of his life, finally saved Bai Fengxi, but his most narcissistic face was covered with wrinkles and his life was hanging by a thread. Fortunately, he was saved by the long-awaited rescue. At this point, the gap between the two was completely eliminated. Fan Langxi understood that he was different from Wang Zhao. Wang Zhao, Bai Fengxi, but loved the world more, and he loved Fengxi more than conquering the world. I believe that anyone who has read the original novel should be very clear that in the novel, the person who unified the world should have been He Fengxi, but he gave up and it was within his reach. Jia Yangshan was tilted, and Feng Ziyu, who had been loved for a long time, lived in seclusion in the mountains, leaving behind the story of trying the world like dust and hand in hand with the Cheyenne Izaya Ocean family. Some people may question who Feng Ziyan is. Why is the person who often stays with the male protagonist not the heroine Bai Fengxi? In fact, Feng Zijian is Bai Fengxi, and Bai Fengxi is Feng Zijian. They are just like He Fengxi and Fan Langxi, two different identities of the same person. When He Fengxi first entered the arena, he was only 13 years old, and when Bai Fengxi first entered the arena, he was only 12 years old. The two of them finally got together, which really fulfilled the saying that birds of a feather flock together. In idol dramas, we have seen too many plots of strong men and weak women, especially the scripts of the heroine. The heroine either counteracts and becomes a god, or finally reluctantly stands shoulder to shoulder with the hero. The heroine always looks at the heroine's growth from a high position, and the heroine tries her best to stand in the same class as the hero. In such a love, the heroine is either scarred or the hero and heroine perish together. Perhaps the abused plot can earn enough tears from the audience, but as an audience, I have to say that the AA love of the couple Pinzixi is really super. Have you lived well? It's super for Coke's appetite. Okay, this issue's content is here. Do you like the love between He Feng and Bai Zai? Are you satisfied with the drama of the world?